Alright, welcome to my guide on the Grand Underground. So first we're gonna talk about what's new on the Grand Underground from the Pokemon Pearl to Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, Brilliant Pearl, Shining Diamond, Brilliant Pearl. Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. Yeah, whatever. So, first things first, we have these open spaces. This is where you can find Pokemon, and Pokemon are leveled based on how many gym badges you have. So, this Murkrow, first time you can find them is 16. It is now. As soon as. Ooh, that super low. It is now level 38. Oh god. So, yeah, so it's gonna be good because let's say you're playing, you want to catch a hunt, you don't want to deal with a Murkrow on your team the whole time, and you finally find a Duskstone. Well, you go catch a Murkrow, and then instead of having to level it up from scratch, you get to just throw the Duskstone on. It's a Honchkrow now, and you don't have to worry about leveling it up. And there are also a lot of Pokemon you can find that you can't find until the national dex, and that's one of the only ways you can get a Ralts before really you get the national dex. So let's continue on. See, keep going. So these hikers, they will randomly give you goods in exchange for spears. They will give you TMs and pedestals and Pell spears for big ones or small ones. Which you should never spend a big spear for a small spear because you're going to find plenty of those. They do change daily. Do not, and I can't stress this enough, go to your settings and adjust your clock because it'll lock your time-based events for 24 hours. That means you have to wait 24 hours from whenever you first did it to talk to him and get new stuff, no matter what. Now, as you just saw, those were Dugtrio. You can see that little bar under my map on the top left. Well, this is for a Diglett minigame. Diglett will give you 1 point, Dugtrio will give you 3, and even if you go over, they don't carry through. So, they'll hide, you see those shiny things, you pick them up, and good things will happen. Something good may happen in the Grand Underground. What that does is essentially, when you're digging, it is guaranteed to give you at least a pretty box, if not a gorgeous box. Yep, here's a gorgeous box. We'll dig this stuff up real quick. And there's the last one. Now, whenever you go in, you're gonna have 2 items, a sledgehammer and a pick. And I'll get back to that in a second. These gorgeous boxes give you statues. So before I'll continue on with this because you only have 4 minutes while the good things are happening. Ah, shit. Also, make sure whenever you hit A, to dig, don't accidentally go to base, but we'll go ahead and start. So, as you can see, base is full of statues. What this does is statue effect. Raises the appearance rate of ice-type Pokemon. This is only in the Grand Underground, and I have it set for ice types because I'm not really searching for anything, but you can get a lot of psychic types, and since Ralts is a rare encounter and only have 5%, you can make that happen. So, what you can do is place statues and hit the right bumper, and it will put everything away, and you can start from scratch without having to manually put everything up. You can have up to 18 statues until you buy extensions from some of the hikers. I'll set this up for what I want later. Now, like I said, you only have 4 minutes, so you have to make good speed. And as the underground base is good for finding rare monsters, Pokemon. I don't know why I keep calling monsters. As it's good to find rare Pokemon, it's always good to have drills in your bag so you can just move them. See, and here's another pretty gorgeous box. These things are usually extremely rare, but since Diglett are helping me out, I find them easily. Also, it does raise your shiny chances in the Grand Underground from the 4,001 and 4,096 to 3 and 4,096. Not great odds, but they are increased shiny odds. Plus, it's not its only function, so it's forgiven. But the thing that also happens is if you're playing online, then it's not you, just you collecting them. It's everybody on that server or playing online with you. When they collect a Diglett, it counts towards yours too, so you can get it pretty often if you're playing online. So that's one good way to method shiny hunting. Now, the way that you're gonna be traveling, the best way to streamline the process of finding Diglett is, I'll come back to that later. You find the entrance, take every corner, every turn you can. This is an example for this room, because Diglett only spawn in the turns and what are they called? Whatever this is called. They only do corners and those. Now, you're gonna pass NPCs. Be nice, talk to them. Have an invigorating, and it will also whistle whenever you're done. The time runs out. Now, have an invigorating talk with the NPCs about how rare their Pokemon are that they just caught. Well, they also serve a secondary purpose. The NPCs, they will help you out with your Spiritomb. You throw the odd keystone in the tower, each unique NPC counts as one person, and so you don't have to do it online, or you don't have to find 32 unique people online. Just makes things easier. Now, last thing we're getting into is the digging. So we open up the wall, and it'll tell you 2 to 4 confirmed items. Your hammer will do will take out 2 layers across and then 1 layer each of the corners, and your pick will do less damage, but it only does 2 layers on the center and 1 layer across. So it does less damage, so you can pick more, but it's really faster to do this, and you can find everything with just a hammer, or everything useful. And now, priorities. Your biggest priority will always be the gorgeous boxes, because unlike the normal statues, they get shiny statues, which increase your odds of finding that Pokemon of that species more than a regular statue. So that's priority number 1. Priority 2 would obviously be regular statues. And these are just my recommendations. You can have different priorities, but these are best priorities. Priority 3 would be all the evolution stones and hold items, because you can always trade these to the hikers also to get better equipment. And then priority 4, which this can also be priority 2. Priority 3, and it can also be a priority 4, but it can be 3. God, messed up myself. would be the fossils. So you can use those interchangeably. Priority 5 would be the bigger spears, and then priority 6, or non-priority, would be the smaller spears, since you can't even be trying to get the bigger stuff, and you'll always come across spears. You're going to have plenty of those small spears by the time you're done. So to reset your rates, your spots for the digging, all you have to do is exit and enter. You can find out where they are by the little diamonds on the top of your map. But it's just respawn them, so it's not really a big deal if you do break something. Oh yeah, hard scales should also be a priority because they're hard scales, move learners. But your first thing to digging, you should always be trying to open up the areas that have more than 6, because those are the ones that are going to hold the higher priority stuff. And once that crack at the top goes out, it crumbles, or it'll end the mini game if you collect everything. Alright. But the other thing that changing it does, going into your room does, is respawn to the Digletts. They don't just move away to random locations. They despawn whenever you go near them, and they don't respawn until you go to another location. You're gonna have, I think the most Diglett I've seen in one location, well, in this location right here, is 4. But yeah, so that is the guide on my Grand Underground. With that being said, leave a comment down below, like, subscribe. If I got something wrong, tell me what I got wrong, because I've been addicted to this and I want to make it as streamlined and as easy as possible. And see ya. Peace.